Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rapid Racing League Formula One 2021 Euro Division 1 Sao Paulo Grand Prix of Brazil. As you can see in front of us, we are now looking at the pit lane as all the drivers are getting their setups loaded onto their car and getting ready to head out. A little bit of a shake-up. Everybody was just doing practice in the dry, in the beautiful sunny weather, and here we are in Sao Paulo now for the qualifying session, and it is raining. Looks like it might be a bit of a torrential downpour. I'm going to hope that one of the guys jump in the chat and will let me know what kind of rain we're looking at, as it looks like Causer has already lost his front wing. Hadn't even made it out of the pit lane before he had issues. That's unfortunate. Just a reminder that the title is already decided. It is RRT Rapid Daz who has won the Drivers' Championship for Division 1 European in RRL. The Constructors' Championship still a little bit there, but unfortunately neither driver for Alfa Romeo, who could take the fight to Red Bull in this Constructors' Championship, is here this evening. So both drivers being out means 0 points for Alfa Romeo this evening, which means Red Bull is going to be able to put a much bigger advantage than what they have right now. Red Bull currently sitting on 37 points above Alfa Romeo in the Constructors' Championship. After this evening, they'll probably add at least another 35 to 40 points to that, making it a 77-point gap minimum. Making it much harder for Alfa Romeo to come back, but there is still one thing yet to be decided up further in the driver rankings. RRT Kitch currently able to score enough points mathematically that he might be able to seal P2 at Saudi Arabia next week. If he gets two really good finishes in a row with Kimi Räikkönen not showing up, he may be able to boost himself by the end of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix next week to the second position in the Drivers' Championship. Let's go ahead and get some telemetry going, and we'll just take a look and see what these drivers are doing as they navigate this very, very wet Sao Paulo circuit. Sao Paulo circuit, very famous for just being a track with mighty undulations. You can see as we're on board with Kitch right now, and you have basically 3 different levels of track right there as he goes through that right-hander. Very easy for the car to become unsettled, especially seeing as how the track is wet. If one of the boys is in the stream and can hear me, please, please, please drop a weather report in the chat for me. So we'll ride along board with Kitch here, see how he does. Since he is fighting for that second place in the Constructors' Championship, you see he's very tender on the throttle until he gets to about 6th gear, and then he puts his foot all the way down on the loud pedal. He's going to have to brake a little bit earlier than normal, but not too much. Currently just had Daz set a 1:15.8. That is well off the pace for what they will be running in the dries if we ever get to that point. So as you can see in the chat, it says wet quali, dry race. So we're going to have wet qualifying all the way through these 3 sessions. Currently we have 16 drivers in the session, but FFG Twisted has already had some sort of an issue. Is that the yellow flag that I saw? Is that Welsh off? Yes, Welsh is off as well. Front wing on the McLaren is missing a left front end fence, so he is going to have to go to pit lane. He just made a mistake. That's unfortunate for him. We'll jump back on board with Kitch as he rides his way out of the final hard braking zone onto the front straight. See what kind of time he lays down compared to the rest of the field. It's going to be about a 1:16. Yeah, 1:16.6. Currently a P2, but all to play for still. Moving up today to tag along and race the big boys, we have Mr. Neon in the Alpine moving up to race with the Division 1 drivers. And we also have, as he gets a little too much of the curb and almost loses control of the car. We also have Rapid Causer in the Williams. Causer is usually in the booth with me, but this evening he said that he really wanted to race Brazil, so the Div 1 boys have allowed him to jump in and race with them. Gonna be a little exciting to see what Causer can do here, not gonna lie. I've never commentated on him before on track, so we'll see how he does. You can see though, a lot of the cars using a lot of front brake bias right now with all the weather we have at the track right now, with the track being very wet. Everybody's moved their brake bias way forward to try and make it to where the rears don't lock under braking. Let's see if we can find somebody on a hot lap. Currently looking, it looks like Connor's on one. We'll follow along with Connor, see how he does on this time lap. Again, very ginger through this sector 2. Sector 2 at this racetrack, very technical, very easy to get wrong. The grass is right there. That's why I love this racetrack. Driver error will put you off into the wall. As you see Connor gets a little snap oversteer with some wheel spin as he gets on that little pedal on the right-hand side of the driver's cockpit. We'll see how he does on exit of the final hard braking zone, up the hill, around the left-hander onto the front straightaway. Opens, nope, no DRS available yet. Track's still too wet. Let's see what kind of time Connor sets compared to his teammate. So he's about 1 second off his teammate's time currently, but that's not bad for the first run in Q1 with this weather condition that we have right now. Let's see if we have any other major players currently out on a lap. Ryan is currently on one. Oh, and he has invalidated, so let's see if he starts another. It looks like he will. But just look at the amount of spray that's coming off the back of the cars. Not a whole lot that you can see right now, to be honest. You can see it back there just a little bit, but it's not too bad. You really see it now that we've kind of slowed down. But that spray is going to be immense once they all get lined up to go around in Q3. If they all don't get separated to get their lap in, that could be an issue for some drivers. Brian's just purpled Sector 1 in his Red Bull. The sister Red Bull currently sitting top of the leaderboard with a 1:15.8. Rapid Bannon with a 1:15.8, only 0.02 of a second off of our champion this year, Rapid Bannon, in the Aston Martin. And currently Daz then goes fastest again, now 0.4 ahead of Bannon. We'll continue to follow on board with F1 Ryan as he makes his way through Sector 2. He might have some traffic here in front of him. Hopefully they all get moving. Oh, and he gets a little bit oversteered back into the car, kind of complaining, not really wanting to follow the front end. Oh, and he runs wide. Looks like he got a little bit of oversteer in the car and took some steering input out. And that allowed him to wash wide because he didn't really let off the throttle as much as needed for that. But because it is wet on the racetrack right now, you can run multiple laps because his tires don't really dig out like the softs do. Oh, it looks like we've got somebody else in the wall. Who is that? Is that Chewbacca? Is that Chewbacca in the wall, or was he just slowing down out of turn 3? Looks like he's going to let somebody else through. Yep. And all these drivers don't have to go, flat out. Only 2 drivers are going to be eliminated during this session. One is already eliminated. That's FFG Twisted, because he did not set a lap before he had whatever issue he had that we did not see. Right now, currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers still in this session have yet to put in a lap time. Rapid Morris, though, definitely watch out for him. He was showing great pace earlier on in the practice session. I know that y'all don't get to see the practice sessions, but he was showing great pace right up there with the likes of Daz and Bannon. So we could see something crazy from the Ferrari this week. Could the Ferrari put himself on the podium again? We'll have to wait and see. He's running on a string of podiums right now, except for last week. I don't think he was on the podium. I'd have to double check. He might have been. I'll have to double check that and then go full stat man and let you know. But it is just me in the booth tonight. RRT Big Cactus, otherwise known as Lando Norris. Like I said, Causer, the gentleman that usually joins me in the booth, is out on the racetrack with the Div 1 boys tonight. So unfortunately, if you don't like the voice of an American, well, kind of screwed, because you're going to have to listen to me the whole night. So we'll just follow along with Rapid Morris. He set a 1:35.0, which is a hugely slow lap from him. He can definitely do much better than that. We'll have to wait and see how he does on this lap. Keep an eye on the sector splits up in the top right corner of the screen. You can see in the top right corner of the screen, for those of you that are new, it shows his gamer tag, the current position he's in, also what sector he's currently in, and it shows the time he's currently putting in on the lap. Once he crosses that sector 2, sector 3 split, it will show how he's doing compared to his previous lap. Obviously, he will be up on his time as he comes to the sector split now, and he is. He's 18.7 seconds up on his lap time. That's going to put him well clear of many in the field and get himself out of danger unless he has some sort of an issue here. He's going to come through cleanly, and he's going to go P3 with a 1:16 flat. Daz did set a new lap time of a 1:15.142. Currently closest driver to him is Rapid Bannon in the Aston Martin, but the Aston Martin, I believe, only did 1 run with 2 laps, whereas Daz, I believe, did 2 runs with 5 laps. But now we have RRT Ginge and FFG Twisted and Avon Sales. I hate that gamer tag. I absolutely hate it. All 3 of them have retired, 2 without setting a lap time. So all these guys that are currently out there right now can retire if they want, and we'll move on to the next session. But I do think some of these guys might use the remaining time in this session as a bit of a test session for themselves, getting it more figured out for their braking points, turn-in points. A track like this, honestly, going through the corners, you might have multiple braking points, especially in Sector 2 where we just saw Rapid Morris, the American driving the Ferrari, go through. You might brake really hard before you turn into that hairpin right, and then as the car is going through it, you might tap it again to get the rear end to rotate just a little bit more, so that way you're not having to fight it with the front wheel and have too much input in. We'll look here at Kitch. What is Kitch doing? Kitch is currently not on a push. He's 14 seconds down on his lap time. Kitch might be coming to pit lane. Let's wait and see. No, he is deploying. He's deploying battery. You look down on the bottom left corner there, right next to the tachometer and the gear selection, you'll see that little yellow battery. Currently says there's 55% battery in there. That is his SOC state of charge inside that car right now. These cars do run with a V6 turbo hybrid with a very large battery pack on them that works with an MGUK and MGUH, which allows them to make more horsepower without burning fuel to do it. As you can see, he is deploying because now he's just made it down to turn 4, and he's only got 40% left in the battery. So this is a push lap from Kitch. He is using the remaining time in this session as a test, because the other 2 qualifying sessions, from what we are told, are going to be wet. Just wait and see as he goes through this slow right-hander. He's going to take it in second gear, short shifts to 30. Did have that little extra tap on the brake pedal like I was just talking about. So Kitch, a driver using the brake pedal to help manipulate the car through the corner. He's just purpled Sector 2, fastest driver in Sector 2 right now. He was only a 10th up on his lap time, but if he purpled that, he might be on a good way through. Comes across the line, and he will move up to P2, about 6/10 off of Rapid Daz. Let's look further down the order. Rapid Jack has actually brought his McLaren up into 5th right now. Not bad for the McLaren driver. Rapid Welsh and the other McLaren currently in 7th. Both drivers just over a second off of Rapid Daz, which is not bad at all. It's very respectable for a track like this, especially in the wet. It is not an easy racetrack, but Jack making a little bit of a mistake there. He had the right front tire out in the grass as he went to turn into 1. That's going to completely compromise his line through 1, 2, and 3, and as you can see, he's invalidated because of that. So Jack's still having to work on a little bit of car placement there. Small mistake from him, but big complication throughout the rest of the lap. A few drivers now deciding to retire. We don't have that much time left in this session. Oh, is that Rapid Connor? Yes, Connor is off. And it looks like Connor has no front wing left on that car as well. Mercedes looks like it's going to be having to go to the box to put a new front wing on. Yes, that Mercedes definitely needs to go to the pit lane. So that'll probably be the last we see of Connor during this session. But I hear somebody pushing right behind him. Who is that? Oh, was it Jack? I believe it is Jack. No, it's Colm. Yeah, it's FFG Colm. Colm's pushing now. Let's see. Shows he's invalidated. I wonder if it invalidated for this and next lap, and he's just going to bail out of it. Oh, he hit the wall there. That was... You're playing with fire, hitting that pit wall. That Armco barrier going into the pit lane is known for yanking the right front tire off that suspension arm. Rapid Drago's still out on the racetrack, but he has invalidated this lap, so let's see, is he going to go for another? He's got 100% battery in the car. He's definitely got the sock to go for it, but he has not turned it on. Excuse me as I clicked the wrong button. He is going to go to the pit lane. Let's take a look down at Chewbacca. Chewbacca in the AlphaTauri, currently making his way to the end of Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3. Let's see if he'll start a new lap. He's currently 8/10 slower than his best lap that he's set so far. Chewbacca only doing 3 laps this session, I believe, in total. Let's see if I can take a look at that. Total number of laps ran. No, I cannot. I can't see the total number of laps ran, so that's unfortunate, but no biggie. So we look down at Rapid Hendo, Mr. Boss. Rapid Hendo is in the Haas, still sporting its Ural Kali colors because there's no way to remove them in-game, unfortunately. So they still have the Russian car running around on the racetrack. But he did just purple Sector 2 according to the track map on the bottom right-hand corner. Let's see how he does coming through this final sector. The time really does not matter because he's through to Q2, but he does go 5/10 faster, which is still only good enough for 14th place. He's about a 10th off Rapid Causer. Rapid Causer is about half a 10th off Neon. Not a huge split here like I thought there would be. I really thought that we would see a much bigger split than this throughout the field. So, let's see. We currently... Let's change this over to the leaders. So we have Kitch exactly half a second off of Daz, and you have Bannon just a 10th and a half off of Kitch. There's a 2/10 gap between Bannon and Morris. Oh, his Hendo's bend it. He's put it in the wall hard. Bend it out of that third gear left-hander in Sector 2, which, to be honest, is easy to do, especially in the wet. It's a tricky corner on exit, even in the drive. If you get on the throttle just a little too early there, it is one of the most well-known corners in all of this game to have an issue at. So not surprising to see a driver have an issue there at all. But yeah, as I was saying, just a small gap there between Morris and Bannon. Jack sees his way into P5, Ryan in P6 in the sister Red Bull. Rapid Welsh, the first driver to be more than a second off Daz's pace. And you have Drago, FFG Colm, Connor, Chewbacca, Neon, Rapid Causer, and Hendo. Let's see. That looks like that's going to be it. Causer's currently out on the racetrack trying to figure something out, and he's... What is going on with his throttle input? That was a very strange throttle input. I wonder if he had it AI'd or something like that. And Causer just elects to go across the line to end the session a little quicker instead of driving in. So your top 5 for that session is Daz, Kitch, Bannon, Morris, and Rapid Jack. No repeat constructors in that top 5. You got a Red Bull in the top, Mercedes in second, Aston Martin in third, Ferrari fourth, and McLaren fifth. very good showing from Rapid Jack to put himself up in the top 5 for this first qualifying session. I'll have to wait and see what he does throughout the rest of the 2 sessions remaining. Will Rapid Jack be able to get that car into Q3, as the track will be speeding up more than likely as we move through these qualifying sessions? Have to wait and take a gander at the track conditions once we load in for Q2 to see if it is still indeed dropping buckets on the racetrack. I would like to see it get a little heavier, not gonna lie. Some wet weather tires would be fun to see around here, but nope, looks like it's gonna stay intermediate conditions for that green striped intermediate tire. So we'll go ahead and get our telemetry up. Actually, you know what, we'll take that off for just a little while in this session, so that way we can just get a pure image of the cars as they run around. Looks like the Red Bull of Rapid Daz is going to make his way out of the pit lane first, past that red Mercedes safety car at pit exit, down through what is a kind of challenging pit exit as well. I really wish that I could ride on board with him right here, so that way everybody could see this pit lane exit is probably the most fun exit in all of Formula One, in my opinion. But it becomes a little treacherous once the conditions change into what they are now. Rain actually looks like it might be a little lighter than what it was in the last session. I can see the sun trying to peek through over there just past the front straightaway in that fast left-hander. So we might see some soft tire runs by the end of Q3 maybe. It is a possibility. They did say that it was going to transition to dry for the race. So it is 100% possible that we could see late dry runs in Q2 or Q3. We'll have to wait. But currently we have half of our drivers out on an out lap, half of them deciding that they would rather stay in and wait. We'll ride on board with Daz as he's about to start his first hot lap. I'll go ahead and turn on the telemetry so that way everybody can see what his inputs are versus throttle and brake, and he is deploying, so he is going for it right here on this first lap, confident in the tires already. Let's see how he handles 1 through 3. Very, very low RPM through there, trying to make sure that he has no revs on the car whatsoever. Looks very clean though. He's going to purple that sector. He's the first driver through it. No biggie there. Brakes very well for turn 4, washes out just a little bit over the curbing. A little dangerous if the track conditions get worse to do that. The right rear of the car will start to complain about being out over that curb. Now in sector 2, heading down to this very slow left-hander. Takes it in 4th gear, so definitely keeping the RPMs lower than almost anybody I've seen so far. He stays in 3rd and then short shifts again to 4th for the very slow right-hander, the slowest corner on the race circuit. He makes his way up to the final hard braking left-hander, and now it's nothing but flat-out left-handers all the way to the finish line. So he's lost it. Oh, he's very lucky that he did not rip the left front tire off that suspension arm. Very lucky. Did he get damage from that at all? Yeah, the front wing's completely gone. Very lucky that Daz has kept that on the racetrack. And you can see Causer, the gentleman that's usually in the comms box with me, has just put in the chat that he can't get out of the pit lane in one piece. He just can't do it. That's unfortunate. But Connor currently goes P1 with a 1:16.7. He's got Drago behind him by about half a second with a 1:17.2. Looks like we're going to have the Hacienda has just come through and set a lap. Got a McLaren out there currently. It's Rapid Welsh, but he has invalidated his lap time. Let's look for Bannon. Rapid Bannon looks like he might. Or actually, no, excuse me, Morris. Morris is about to set one, I think. Yeah, he has been deploying, so I think he's about, nope, he's about to start a lap. My apologies. So he did put a time in, but it's not representative because he's really going on his hot one now. Let's check in on Bannon. Bannon was the driver that looked like he could really take it to Daz there early on in that session and only did one run to Daz's 2. He's already purpled sector 2. And, he runs a little too wide there and causes himself to invalidate. Just got the left rear over that white line on exit. Unfortunate that he's done that. There goes Connor with a beautiful lap of a 1:15.9. So Connor finding the pace here in the second session. Oh, and he's off. Oh, and he's going to... He's ripped the left front suspension off that car. Oh, and Chewbacca's out as well. Where did Chewbacca lose it? Looks like Chewbacca's car is in the pit lane, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But yeah, Connor is definitely bended after putting in that beautiful 1:15.9. Still about a second off what we know this Red Bull that we're currently watching right now can do, but still for Connor to go from running like a 1:16.5, 1:16.7, I believe, in the first qualifying session, now running a 15.9 in the second, first lap out. Very good showing by the Mercedes driver. Unfortunate that he's had that mistake at the apex of turn 2. Very easy to do. We've seen multiple drivers over the years make that same mistake and go off. Once the car starts to go at that low speed, it's just gone. There's no catching it. Bannon now with a 1:15.7 goes to the top of the chart. Daz just went through and finished his Sector 1 split and did not show purple. Bring up the lap data so we can see what Daz is up to. See what he's at the second sector split. So he's coming through the slow left-hander now, headed up the hill now toward the slowest corner on the circuit. As he goes through this, what is usually a fast downhill off-camber left. He's done a 57.6 through the second sector, and he's purpled it. So I believe we're going to see the Red Bull go to the top of the chart. Holds it very close to the left-hand side of the racetrack. And he does a 1:15.3. It's very, very solid lap from Daz after that misfortune he had on his first run. He's very lucky to still be a part of this session after that crash he had on his first run. Let's take a look at Rapid Jack as he's making his way through Sector 3 now, through the flat-out uphill left-handers onto the front straightaway to the start-finish line. As he blazes his way past the front stretch grandstands, he will see himself up into P7 with a 1:16.5, but I know Jack can go faster than that. Jack really needs to be careful, though. That's the second time I've seen him now go and put the right side tires in the grass as he's turning in for turn 1. He's going to eventually have a problem there where the right rear is just not going to be happy with that idea, and it's going to let go. FFG Colm now on a lap. Yellow's in Sector 2. That's just for a Mercedes getting out of the way of a Ferrari. Kitch has yet to set a lap. I believe, yes, Kitch is on an out lap. That was him moving out of the way as Rapid Daz sets another fastest lap of the session, a 1:15.258. We're still following along the lap of FFG Colm as he now makes his way into the slow portion of Sector 2. Heads up the hill, puts the throttle down, short shifts, and now he slams on the brake pedal, lets off slowly, just taps it a few times to get the car to rotate, turn into that very slow right-hander. He does a 58.4. He's about on par with Jack right now in P8. Past the pit lane wall. 1:16.781. So currently behind Oh, and Kitch is out. Kitch is out. What's happened to Kitch? We're going to see on board. Speed up, Colm. I need to see what's happened. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. Where is Kitch? Has Kitch lost it? Yes, he's lost it on exit. Big wreck for the Mercedes. Tore the left front suspension off of it. That's going to be Kitch out in Q2. He's going to have to start P14. Unfortunate for him, as we were saying earlier in the broadcast, that he needs 2 good weekends in a row here in order to make it to where he can take the second place in the Drivers' Championship. Looks like Rapid Jack has had a problem now. He's off. He's probably looped it out of the slow left-hander like we saw Hendo do in the last session, but it looks like Jack has unfortunately actually lost some suspension because of that, and the car's been retired in place. Let's see if we can get a look at it. Yep, there he is. He's lost the right front suspension. It looks like he's put it in the wall. It's unfortunate for him, but now we have a shootout between Hendo, Colm, and Ryan. Can the 3 of them improve their time in order to make it into Q3? Colm looks like he is saving. Excuse me, I cannot stop yawning. Colm looks like he's trying to make his way back to the pit lane. Is he out of fuel? What's going on here? What's he doing? Yep, he's probably out of fuel. Yep, he is out of fuel. Yep. So Colm gonna have to get in and get out quickly to be able to put a lap time in to try and see himself into Q3. Ryan needs to do the same. Ryan needs to get out and put some laps in. Who is that currently heading out on track? I see a Ferrari that's just left the pit lane. Who is that? It's Rapid Morris. So Morris wants to go for another lap. Let's see, is Morris on brand new tires? Yes, he is. So Morris has decided to go for a brand new set of boots on that Ferrari. See if he can improve that lap time, which I know he can. I know he can run faster than a 16.0. Who is this passing him? There goes Daz. Daz currently still on another push lap. Daz has purpled Sector 2 again. He's on another faster lap than last time. He makes his way through 5th gear, through 6th. He's going to make his way up through 7th as he goes past the DRS line. DRS is not available at this point. Track surface still too wet. And the first driver to go sub 115 is Daz with a 1:14.953. A very good lap time. He's out there just learning the racetrack, getting everything prepped for Q3. He wants to make sure that he's good for Q3. Let's look at Hendo. Hendo's trying to bring himself out of the bottom 4 and up into at least 10th so that way he can see himself into the next session. Looks like the car is dealing with a little bit of understeer though. Saw as he made his way toward the apex of 3, he couldn't turn enough out of the apex of 2 to really get to where he needed to be for turn 3. Looks a little slow there through 4, I'm not going to lie. It looks like that hash just not really agreeing with the input the drivers want to give it. We got the other Ferrari out on track now again for another lap. Daz stays driver's right, allowing the hash through. I'm just going to go ahead and be quiet for the rest of this lap. Let's follow on board and listen to that Ferrari engine scream out the back of the hash chassis. So he's going to cross the line, and he did not improve. He was up by about 200ths of a second out of the Sector 2 split, but lost all of that coming out of Sector 3. Morris is elected to go back to the pit lane. He got the data that he wanted. Is there a front wing on that car? Yes, there is. He's just decided that he's done. Oh, and there goes Ryan. Ryan with a 1:15.7 puts himself into second place in the sister Red Bull. This is really going to help Red Bull in their constructors fight with Alfa Romeo. Again, as I said earlier, none of the Alfa Romeo drivers are here at all. So Alfa Romeo has lost all chance, in my opinion, of being able to take the fight to Red Bull for this Constructors' Championship, with both drivers not being here. Neither car on track to score points for the constructor itself. Looks like Red Bull have probably sealed the deal on a Constructors' Championship this year, so it'll be a double championship for Red Bull, the WDC and the Constructors' Championship as well. Let's take a look at Rapid Hendo. Rapid Hendo not able to get it done. He's not going to be able to get to the line to start another lap either. What about Colm? What's Colm doing? He started another lap. He's going to be the last driver out on track to put a lap in. Let's ride on board with the Williams and see how it does. And that's going to be it for qualifying. I don't think the Williams did enough on this lap to see himself through. He did! He did! I saw FFG Colm jump up in the standings. I think he put in a lap good enough for about 7th, maybe 6th. But it looked like he was really fighting the rear end of that car. He puts in a lap good enough for 8th place, so he sees himself through into Q3. So through this session, we've lost both Mercedes drivers. We've lost Chewbacca in the AlphaTauri. We've lost Causer in the Williams. Jack in the McLaren, who looked like he had the pace to be up there in Q3 fighting in the top 5 positions. We've also lost Hendo in the Haas, and P14 rounding it out for that session is Kitch. Kitch having that major accident on the exit of turn 3. It looked like he just lost the back end, probably over the curbing, and shot the car toward the inside wall. Big misfortune for Kitch, as he needs all the points he can get to try to be able to steal P2 off of Kimi. We'll load it into Q3 now. Everybody that's currently watching, thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and let us know what you think about qualifying so far. Who will it be that sits on the top? Can anybody unseat Daz on the top? Daz able to go sub 115. Can anybody else go sub 115? Could Daz hook it all up again and go sub 115? Just waiting. Daz again out immediately. No holdup for Red Bull at all. He's got a Ferrari in front of him. That's probably the Ferrari of Morris, if I had to take a guess. Yes, it is the Ferrari of Morris. See that big number 8 on the engine cover. These guys really just taking their time on the pit exit. Don't want to be risking anything. And Morris slams the throttle down with this beautiful view off the back of the diffuser. You can see the rear crash structure jutting out off of the gearbox there on the Ferrari is what we were just looking from. I don't know about all you that are currently watching, but I must say watching Formula One this year, so far this season, has been really fun. Watching the big mix-up in the field, Ferrari running at the front. Charles looks like he's a championship-winning driver, ready to do it this year. While all the cars are on an out lap right now, everybody jump into the chat and let me know what you think of the current Formula One season we're watching play out in front of us with the new cars and everything. Next track up is Imola, so give me your predictions. It's probably going to be a Ferrari win there too, won't it? As we talk about a possible Ferrari win at Imola on home turf, we now see Rapid Morris in the Ferrari stomping around the Sao Paulo Grand Prix circuit. The Ferrari looks very planted. He keeps it well to the left. He doesn't even have to wash out to give the front tires some help or the rears at all. He purples sector 1, but then it looks like Daz comes through and nips that off of him. We'll keep following the Ferrari as he goes through his first run. Well, since we've just seen Rapid Morris set his first lap and Daz as well, both drivers going in the 1:15s, nobody else really setting a competitive time yet. There goes Bannon. Bannon just not even 200ths of a second off of Rapid Morris's time. I'm pretty sure that we have Causer watching the stream. So Causer, if you could do me a favor, buddy. If you have your laptop near you, since I know you're not on track right now, do me a favor. Jump on your laptop and put a prediction in the stream for me. And here's the prediction, will Kitch be able to finish in the top 5, starting from P14? Actually, let's make it podium. Will Kitch podium from P14? Yes or no? Let's see what everybody has to say. Waiting on Rapid Welsh in the McLaren to set a time. He's the only driver yet to set a time in this session. Unfortunately, as you can see on the track map on the right-hand side of the screen, he has invalidated this lap that he's currently on. Daz still top of the session with a 1:15.1 with Morris right behind him with a 1:15.6, half a second off. Rapid Bannon follows him by less than 200ths of a second, with Ryan about 4/10ths of a second away in the sister Red Bull, but we know Ryan has the pace to be right up there with his teammate. What about Drago? Can Drago match his teammate's pace and get Ferrari up there? And Mr. Neon able to see himself in the Q3. Well done to the Williams driver, as he's currently in the pit lane. We can see, I believe that is, let's see, is that Daz or is that, no, that's Ryan that's currently being pushed back into the pit lane. Daz on another push lap possibly. Let's take a look at the deployment, see what he's doing. Let's get his telemetry and the lap data up. No, he is not deploying. He is not on a hot lap, but currently I know who is. Rapid Welsh definitely is. Welsh in the McLaren pushing hard to try to get a very good lap in during this session. Rapid Welsh now making his way past the pit lane wall, past the grandstands to the start-finish line. It's going to be a 1:16.1, only good enough for 7th place. Remember, there's only 8 drivers in this session due to the amount of drivers we had crash out in the previous session. Once you crash out like they did, you are not able to partake in the next session, even if you had the lap time to get in. See if we can find somebody else on a hot lap. FFG Colm is definitely not. What about Daz? Daz still out there running around. Looks like he was on a hot lap and invalidated it. Well, here we go. Daz, currently our driver sitting in P1 for this session, has decided that he's going to stay out there on those tires and go for another lap, meaning that he's carrying plenty of fuel. Let's see how many laps he's already done. He's already done 4 laps on this set of intermediate tires. He's just purpled Sector 1. He's beat his own time through there. Follow along with the Red Bull driver as he makes his way through Sector 2, the most technical part of this racetrack. Sector 1 and Sector 3 basically flat out, nothing big happening there except for turns 1 and 2. But Sector 2 is where all of it's really happening at. Not a big passing area in the second sector other than turn 4. It's the very first corner in the second sector. Really the only passing opportunity you have, that's a for sure opportunity. Daz has just purpled the second sector. He puts the throttle down. He's making his way up through the gearbox now, deploying all the sock he possibly can as he makes his way to the start-finish line. This is going to be a sub 114. It's a 114.7. Nobody's going to be able to touch that. Nobody's going to be able to touch that. Beautiful lap strung together by Daz in the Red Bull. Nobody will be able to keep up with that. I'm sorry. We'll follow along with Rapid Morris, and he's got Bannon actually just in front of him. We'll follow along with the Aston Martin. Bannon's off as he's lost the right front suspension. It's going to bring out the yellow flags, but nobody needs to respect them. Everybody can just continue on. And you see the stricken Aston Martin back there. Oh, F1 Ryan very close to the Ferrari there. Ferrari makes his way through turn 4. Car looks very planted again. This is, as I say that, commentator's curse, he's lost it. Has he roasted those rear tires? Let's take a look at the state of those rears. Very, very easy to ruin these tires. He's got a car coming up behind him. That's his teammate, Drago. Doesn't look like he has any traffic to deal with for a little while, so he can get those tires cleaned up, get them back into the correct temperature window, and try again. He has enough time, I believe, to do it. Yeah, he's 1 minute 35 seconds left in this session, so he still has time to do it. Let's follow along with Drago, because Drago's about to put one in. Drago purple sector 2. He's on a very good lap, 4/10 up on his own time. That's going to put him well up the order, almost P4. Might put him P3 depending on what he does through here, because Bannon has had that retirement. And he beats Morris. He beats Morris this time. So now it's all about the other Ferrari. Can the other Ferrari beat his teammate's lap time and put himself back up on the front row? Morris very ginger. His teammate didn't slow down to give him a tow or anything down this straightaway. Hopefully everything will work out and everybody will be out of the way. This will be the last lap time. As he had a right front lockup. He got that right front out on the grass just a bit as he went to turn in for 4. There's his teammate getting out of the way. Looks like he's going to have a clear, clean lap. No more traffic out in front of him to worry about as he goes through the top of the hill right-hander to make his way into the very technical part of Sector 2. Another right front lockup as he unloads that inside tire for the corner. Under braking, just locking up the right front a little bit. You can see he's not full throttle until he reaches 6th gear. He's just purpled Sector 2. He's 2/10 up on his own lap time. Definitely going to beat his teammate as Colm now goes P2. Colm pushes Rapid Drago back down the order as he also pushes Morris as well. Morris should be able to beat Colm though here with this lap and put himself back up into the second position. Yes, he does with a 1:15.3, just 0.5 of a second off of Daz. Let's see what Welsh is doing. Welsh is on a lap. He is up. He's down on his lap time, unfortunately. He's slower than his best lap he's put in so far. And he's not going to be able to gain any of it back either, as he has the wheel spin when he gets onto the loud pedal. So I think this is going to be the qualifying order. Let's check on Mr. Neon. Mr. Neon's apparently the last car on a lap. Very slow through here. Mr. Neon out of fuel again, it would seem. So that is going to be your qualifying order. You got Daz on pole, the only driver to go sub 115. Rapid Bannon might have been able to do it, and Rapid Morris as well, but they're just not coming together for him in the closing stages of qualifying. Rapid Morris sees himself P2 to put him on the front row of the grid with a 1:15.3. FFG Colm with a 1:15.5. Drago 1:15.6. Rapid Bannon with the retirement after he had the issue at the apex of turn 2 with a 1:15.6, sees himself onto the third row of the grid. Rapid Welsh in the McLaren, the only McLaren to make it through into this session, is on the third row alongside the Aston Martin with a 1:15.9. F1 Ryan could not put it together in this final session. He had the pace to be right there with his teammate out of the second qualifying session, but could not get it together during this session at all. And Mr. Neon puts himself through to Q3 and puts himself 8th on the leaderboard. So this is a bit of a jumbled up grid. We're going to have Kitch coming from the back. Can Kitch make his way from the back is another question, because it is one hectic racetrack that we find ourselves at this weekend. But top 3 from that session, as I said, is Rapid Daz, Rapid Morris, and FFG Colm. So it's going to be a Red Bull, Ferrari, Williams on the front of the grid. But now it's all to play for, because I am told it is going to be a dry race. So no Q2 tire rule applies. Everybody will get to start on a fresh set of tires because it was raining. So now we get to see who wants to take the risk of starting on the off strategy. Pretty sure a lot of these drivers will start on mediums, but who will be that go-getter that decides to go on softs? Will RRT Kitch decide to jump on softs to help him get through the traffic early on and then box for mediums at an early point? So we're just sitting here looking at the pit lane from the pit wall camera. You can see it's just a little overcast, a bit of a haze as you look down toward the Rolex sign at the end of pit lane. A little bit of a haze blankets the race circuit, but I do see plenty of sunlight, so it does look like this is going to be a dry race. I see plenty of soft tires sitting out in the garage. You can see inside Daz's garage, there's a set of softs sitting right there. Let's wait and see what tire everybody goes for. And as we wait, we hydrate. Causer says if he gets points, he'll be happy. Causer, I'd be happy with points too, but somebody paid him out wrong from the last thing that we did for prediction. So I'm missing about 7,000 points in my account. Trash. Causer, before we start, if you can, could you please put a prediction up in there that'll end in about 10 minutes? If you could, just put a prediction up that'll be something like, will Kitch get on the podium from P14, please? Yes or no? Thank you. Because I can't do it. My wife has my PC. Your nan's wet. I don't know why you're in the stream, but you're not in the race lobby there, fam. What's your excuse? You're letting your team down, homie. And there's no Alfa Romeo here to pick up points. It's going to be Red Bull with a double championship this year. The Causer says that he has put the prediction up. I am not seeing it. Waiting to see the prediction. Let's see if I back out of this and then jump back in if I can find that prediction. Currently got 11 people watching the stream. Love each and every one of you. And now I see the prediction. There it is. Prediction started. I'm going to go yes with all the freaking points I have. Let's take a look here and see. Rapid Causer has voted no. So the two streamers that usually are in the booth together with differing opinions on this. Causer says no. And he's put 2.6 thousand votes down, or 2.6 thousand points down on that. I've put 1.2 thousand votes down, or 1.2 thousand points down on yes. So hopefully I'm right, and Causer can just piss off. Let's see. We're still waiting on everybody to get in. I've just received another 50 channel points. It's freaking great. Everybody tuning in, make sure that you get your predictions in. There's only 7 minutes and 55 seconds left in the prediction. And there we go. We can see the cars out on track. Red Bull on the right-hand side of the track. The number one grid slot in a bit of a different position here because it is on the outside for turn one. Gives him the better line there. But if the Ferrari gets a better start, we could see Rapid Morris really dogging it into turn one. And remember, Daz has already won the championship, so there's really nothing here to play for him other than the Constructors' Championship. Which, not sure how much he really cares about that. But we'll be following along closely with Rapid Bannon and RRT Kitch. RRT Kitch in the Mercedes all the way down toward the back of the pack in 14th place. He'll have to make his way through. Let's go ahead and get our tire graphic up and see who is on what. Currently, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drivers starting on the mediums, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers starting on the soft compound tire. Nobody electing to start on the hards. Not a big surprise there. Hards are not really a great tire for this racetrack. But it does surprise me a bit that Kitch has decided to start on the mediums. So Kitch planning on going long in the first stint and then bolting on the softs at the end. Gonna have to wait and see how that pans out for him. I don't know. I probably would have gone the other route and gone softs, knowing that I had the pace against the drivers that I'm surrounded by to get past them and work my way up forward and then bolt on the mediums and go the rest of the way. But we'll wait and see. Kitch usually has a pretty good game plan, so we'll see how he gets along. Everybody's pulling up to the grid now. Is the Ferrari in front of... Yeah, the Ferrari has gotten in front of Daz, so I wonder if Daz had a bit of an off there. Let's see, we'll turn that off. We'll turn the tire graphic off. Turn all that stuff off. So that way we can just see the drivers make their way down through the first sector. So currently there's only 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the prediction. You're going to want to get that in soon. before that ends. Here we go. We've got all the lights lit up when they go out. We'll be racing at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix of Brazil, and they go out and they all dump the clutch and they're away. FFG Colm gets in between the two of them, the Ferrari with a terrible start. FFG Colm looks to challenge the Red Bull into turn one, and he does it. Soft tires coming in and doing their job. Colm is gone. Colm's already pulled about half a second on the Red Bull, and the Ferrari is under fire from Rapid Bannon. Bannon's already made his way through up into P3. Very great start from the Aston Martin. Oh, we have a retirement. It's Ryan. Ryan is a retirement on the exit of turn 3. Did he get contact there? Did not see it on the stream. I did not see it. I'm so sorry. But Daz and Bannon now working on reeling in Colm. No safety car. Yellow flags are gone. That car has been removed from the racing surface. No problems there. No big shakeups in the pack yet. RRT Kitch has made his way forward 3 positions so far on this opening lap. Connor's made his way up a few positions, as well as Mr. Neon. Rapid Morris really losing out there, going from P2 down to P4. FFG Colm, the big winner off of that. And here comes Bannon. Bannon looks to driver's left on the Red Bull. It looks like he's going to go for it into turn 1. Can the Red Bull fight back? No, he cannot. He's not going to be there for turn 2 apex, and he's going to lose out. And now Colm's going to be under threat from Bannon, because Bannon is absolutely going for it. You can see he's deploying right now. Don't even pay attention to that tire graphic that's coming up right now on the bottom of your screen. I highly doubt anybody's going to do that. And he's there. He's going to look for it. Is he going to try and go the long way around? He's staying there. He's staying in the throttle. Something's happened back there around P8. Rapid Welsh has lost a lot of time to the drivers in front. FFG Twisted has just picked up a time penalty. We'll keep an eye on Rapid Bannon. Bannon, I think, is going to be able to get this pass done by the time they get to the end of this straightaway. Bannon's going to be deploying. Let's see. Let's turn on our telemetry and let's see if our leader deploys as well. The leader is not deploying. Oh, and there goes. Oh, he's lost it. What happened there? I think the Williams was going to take his normal racing line, did not realize that the Aston Martin was coming with a full head of steam. That's going to be a virtual safety car. I'm going to record that. And I can't record it because I'm streaming. Go figure. All right, let's notate the time on the stream. Wreck occurred at... Oh, I can't even tell you. That's unfortunate. But we're under virtual safety car, so let's take a look through the grid and see who our biggest movers of the race are so far. Position change. We got RRT Ginge way up the field, already up 7 positions just through the beginning 2 laps. Also, we got Avon Sales, who y'all will remember as a key worker, is up 5 positions from where he started. Colm up 2, Mr. Neon, Connor, Causer, all up 3. Causer currently sitting inside the points, which is what he said he wanted. All he wanted was to finish inside the points. What has happened with Kitch? Kitch currently in the pit lane. Is he just getting a wing change there? What's he? No, he's gone for the hard compound tire. Kitch looking to go to the end from here. Look back toward the front as this virtual safety car should end any second. There it goes. It's gone. And DRS has been enabled. So now we should see Daz smoke his way past Colm as they go down the straightaway. Let's see. Has the Red Bull gotten DRS? Yes, it has. And he's bringing the Ferraris along with him to the party. Kitch gives it a little look on the Williams, just letting him know he's there, trying to force him into a mistake. But the Williams, not making a mistake so far, has kept it on track, at the right place, at the right time. Currently leading this race after starting 3rd on the grid. But he's under heavy fire from the drivers behind him. You can see now that he does not have the pace through the 2nd sector of this racetrack compared to the drivers right behind him. You can see Daz is now being held up. That's allowing Drago and Rapid Morris to catch up to him. Daz might actually be under fire from Drago depending on how this plays. Oh, is that contact? What just happened there? What has happened there? Yeah, Daz goes to the pit lane with front wing damage now. He ran into the back of the Williams driver. What is going on? This is hectic as can be. Oh, and then Williams takes out the other Williams. Coleman's just taken out his teammate. Coleman, mate, what are you doing? You're taking the piss, mate. So Coleman contact with 3 drivers now. If I count correctly, it looked like there was contact between he and the Aston Martin, contact between he and Daz, and now he's just taking his teammate out. FFG Coleman with lots of contact here early on in the race. Looks like he's made contact with 3 drivers now. 2 of them kind of up in the air whether or not they might be his fault or not, but that last one with his teammate looked like it was definitely his fault. We'll have to wait to see if the stewards want to review that.
What's
up, buddy?
Good evening, man.
We're being joined by none other than the Williams driver that was just wrecked by his teammate, Ryan Causer, the gentleman that usually joins me in the booth. Thank God you are here. Please tell me you're going to stick around because my throat is getting tired.
I'm here. I'm
like
here.
a British whore.
Yeah, don't worry, bro. I'm here for the race. Let me get back in the lobby and set the back out because I was in game chat and yeah, I was about to completely explode.
I don't blame you. We caught that on stream.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we caught that on stream.
I think he tried something on Daz as well.
He swerved a little bit, caused the Aston Martin to have to move suddenly and lose control of the car. And then I'm not sure what happened between he and Daz, but it looked like he lifted or brake checked it. I'm not sure. Daz ran into him, and then he just took you out on the front straightaway right after he ruined Daz.
Yeah, there's just no need for that.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yeah, there's still plenty of action. There's still a long way to go in this Grand Prix. So let's just have some fun.
Yeah, and we've got Kitch currently sitting in dead last in 13th, but he's on that hard compound tire as we're under the safety car right now for that wreck that you were a part of.
Yep.
And we've also lost someone else. We've lost 4 drivers so far. Causer, who now joins us, FFG Twisted, Bannon, and F1 Ryan. So the Red Bulls actually losing out on some points here that they needed to help secure their Constructors' Championship. The submission for the Kitch podium poll has closed. Let's go ahead and see. Looks like only you and I voted on the poll.
It's me versus you. Normally we always team up.
Yeah, and this time it's me versus you.
Kitch said in the game chat he got straight sided. So I don't know if he's had an altercation. He is running side pod damage, so he may struggle back that way.
Yeah, and he's currently way behind the pack as well. If the pack goes green this time around, Kitch will be nowhere near them. Let's take a look at Kitch, see if he is dealing with any damage.
Yeah, he's
got a look at the side pods.
Yeah, it looks like he said he just got smashed into.
Is it just me, or is the right front barge board's gone on that car?
Yeah, look. No, it's still there on mine. It's like on the McLaren design, the part of the back corner is always missing, isn't it? It's weird.
Getting a beautiful shot from the helicopter right here is Kitch trying to catch up to the pack. Safety car might come in this lap. We'll have to wait and see.
It gave me rear diffuser cam, which is brilliant because he's last. I can't see anything.
You know, today was the first time I'd ever saw that rear diffuser cam where you're sitting right next to the crash structure. Today was the first time I'd ever seen it. Never saw it before.
I was doing a commentary for F05 in Imola, and I'm not going to lie, I got the rear view camera going into the hairpin. It was unbelievable. Because obviously it goes uphill, so the camera pans down over and this car comes shooting out. I was like, oh my god, this is brilliant.
Yep, so currently our pole sitter running outside the points. We're not sure what happened. Sure, we'll hear about it later. I am absolutely sure we'll hear about it later.
Absolutely.
But RRT Daz, our champion this year, currently sitting down in 11th. Like we said, these races don't really matter for him other than the Constructors' Championship, so he does need to bring home some points to help secure that
Definitely
for Red
does.
Bull. Kitch currently sitting in the back, but he's on those hard compound tires trying to go to the end, whereas everybody else still has yet to pit. The biggest mover of the race, RRT Ginge, in the Haas, up 11 positions from where he's from where he started. I'm sorry, I had Alfredo for dinner, and I could not stop like hiccuping and everything else. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I want another plate of it as soon as this race is over.
I'm going to kick Paulo's ass in this FIFA tournament after this round. I was having quite a good battle with Welsh there as well. It seemed to be quite
Looked
fun.
like you were doing really good. You were up there running for what, 6th place, and then out of nowhere you just got basically NASCAR doored by your teammate into turn 1.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that. But look, that's. I mean, Hendo's in the race as well, so it'd be probably Hendo who looks at that one because I can't really punish him off my own incident, but he'll get sorted out.
I'm sure we have stewards that can sort that out non-biased, as long
me,
as everybody's recorded it.
Me and Hendo, I'll take the clip straight from the stream.
Yep, and the safety car is in this lap. Yeah, I was riding on board with him when that contact happened. So let's see, will Drago try to put a move on his teammate before they get to turn 4? You can see Drago is lined up. He's waiting for Morris to take off, but Morris in a great position to win this race. And there he goes. Morris is gone. He caught Drago sleeping. Is Drago going to be on the threat from Neon? No, Neon has been caught sleeping. Let's look back as we have Colm behind Mr. Neon. Is he going to try and dive the Williams driver? He moves to the left. He's thinking about it. Thinks better of it, though. We got Ginge right behind them as well. No big movement. We got Daz going around somebody. Daz makes his way past Connor. And now Kitch has Connor to deal with.
Sales Rep and Jack have both cleared Welsh. Oh my god, there's 3 at Prescott into turn 4. Oh my god, 4.
Oh, is that Welsh going off?
Jack lost it. I think Welsh followed him. Oh my, there was nearly 4 at Prescott into turn 4. We learned that 2 cars can barely get it through.
Oh, and there's Kitch. Kitch makes contact. Oh, that was so close. Kitch almost lost it on the inside.
Chewbacca with a
put
huge
his nose where it didn't belong.
Daz absolutely sails up the inside of turn 8 or 9. You know, at the end of sector 2 there, absolutely brilliant up the inside there. Everyone sales rep, formerly a key worker. Obviously on those fresh
on those brand new set of softs too.
They're going to
So
be beautiful.
Dad's going to have mega pace.
I was looking at the 2 stops and telling myself I was going soft with them soft.
Well, you can one stop this for medium softs. It's a bit of a pain, but you can do it.
The reason it was is because I looked at the rain and that there's a rain cloud right at the end. It's the last square of the Grand Prix. Now I thought if I have really worn mediums, it's going to get slippery a lot quicker. If I have stickier, newer softs, I might be able to avoid it if it came down a bit. But
right.
That was my basis. It might have worked. It might have. Sometimes it's paid off. Sometimes it's just exploded in the face.
Well, no movement in the top 5 since the green flag dropped and the safety car went in. Everybody's still running line at stern, but now they have Daz coming up to completely change that. As you can see how much more pace he's got with those new tires. He's hounding the back of Ginge right now. Ginge just doing his best to keep that car on the racing line planted in front of the Red Bull. Kitch still stuck behind Chewbacca. Kitch needs to start making some moves here.
Like it. There goes Jack with the first warning. Rapid, we don't have warnings, we have warnings.
Actually, he's the second driver. The other driver that got a penalty has already DNF'd. Oh, and there's
Colm and Ginge
hard
have a little bit
defense
of
there for Colm and Ginge.
Yeah,
and there goes Ginge, driver's left. He's got Daz following him. Are they going to go 3 wide?
Yeah,
Colm's going to get done by both of them.
Yeah, it's not looking good there. His driving's a little bit questionable from Stewart's perspective. But Daz is absolutely sailing through the grid here. Really solid job.
Yeah, Daz follows Ginge through into P5. He's still hounding the back of him, and now he decides he is going to go up the right-hand side and go around the Haas. As you see Colm behind the two of them have a little bit of wheel spin and oversteer as he exits that very slow right-hander. But Daz now already all over the back of Mr. Neon. These front three really need to get their move going if they want to be able to stay up fighting for a podium. But Mr. Neon doing very well, I must say. Mr. Neon's not a Div 1 driver, but he's right up there hanging with them.
Is he Div 2?
I know he ain't Div 1.
I know he wasn't here when I went to Portugal on Thursday.
Two of the fastest drivers. He's hanging right there with Morris and Drago, but here comes Daz. Daz gonna make the
inside
pass down
into turn 4. He's going to get it on the exit. He does yield. He does give him the room, but Neon hasn't got that traction on the
Neon's coming back around the outside.
No, be careful. Oh, there's going to be contact. Daz is ghosted.
Oh, they just ghosted through each other.
Daz is disconnected. Daz has...
Daz is... Oh, what the hell?
He's disconnected. He only gets one join back. He only gets one join back. Don't forget.
Oh, and Jack's retired. Jack's off. Jack's off. Exit the 4.
Yeah, I wonder who that could have been with.
Oh, Chewbacca's well behind the pack. I wonder if he had it with Chewbacca.
Yeah, I wonder if it's Chewie.
Mr. Neon with the bowl move around the outside wins out due to Daz's disconnection. Daz's car currently running around MP5, but it's going to start losing positions without him in it as it's just lost out to Colm now.
Yeah, so let's see. Is Daz back in? His AI
Colm now picks up a time penalty.
Daz's AI looking to overtake Colm. Jeez.
There goes Ginge. Ginge down the inside of Mr. Neon. They both make a little bit of contact on exit, nothing major. No big implications there.
Well, he goes around the outside of the ghost rather than through it. That's good to see. People respecting what's going on around them.
Yeah, it looks like Avon Sales isn't going to care though. He's going to drive right through that Red Bull.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. He didn't pass him through.
Kitch able to put himself up into 9th place now with all the havoc going on around him. Can Kitch take those tires to the end and make it work? Looks like Connor's all over the back of Colm. He's going to be taking a move down the front straightaway here. We're right on board with him. FFG Colm goes left. He's headed for the pit lane. So an easy maneuver there for Rapid Connor. Puts himself up in P5.
The icebox does. Let's chuck him off. He's putting back. He's going to go mediums to the end now. That's mediums to the end for Daz. Is he back in?
We got a fight for P2. I did not see him rejoin.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Ginge and Drago, same age tyres, but obviously due to the amount of wear the softs incur on this amount of duration, you'd think Ginge is going to be the man to come ahead and take this position.
Yeah, so Ginge has just gotten past Neon within the last 2 laps. Neon not falling off. He's still right there with Ginge. And Ginge is now hounding the back of the Ferrari of Drago. But Drago's starting to lose time to his teammate. His teammate is starting to pull a gap. Let's check on that gap. Yeah, he's got the gap. So Drago not going to get DRS assistance as they go down the front straightaway. It's going to be a sitting duck for Ginge. Here comes Ginge. Ginge has that DRS open, allowing extra air to go through the wing instead of over it. But Ginge didn't gain a whole lot on him there. He only gained about 2, maybe 3 car lengths max. He might be setting it up for turn 4. He's a lot closer here as they exit. You can see the green on the steering wheel of the Ferrari means he is deploying battery. And there goes Ginge down the right-hand side of the racetrack, taking that position easily.
Ferrari, yeah. Shame we can't get rid of these bloody Eurocardi badges. Avon Sales Rep looking to close in on Connor. However, he is on older mediums. I don't know if it comes past him or what's going on, but gap seems to be getting close. Daz passes Colm. Colm on the hards now, going to the end on those. As Daz also... Daz is on 5... Wait, what? Daz just boxed, but his mediums he's been his mediums for 5 laps. The game doesn't do tyre age like the real life graphics would do, which is an interesting one.
let's see if I have it. Yeah, it says to me Daz is on 5-lap old mediums as well.
What is going on? Yeah, he's on his outlap from his pit stop.
We got a battle going on into turn 1. The Alpha Tauri hounding the back of the Mercedes at Rapid Connor. Kids just slowly catching these two.
Yeah, so they have a little bit of a dogfight in there. Looking to sort it out. Daz pumps in a fastest lap, 109.8 on medium compound tyres.
Daz is definitely back in that car. Let's just double check and see if it is indeed him. Yes, it is, because the AI would not keep the car that far to the left-hand side of the straightaway. So Daz is back in the straightaway. Oh, beautiful shot there from the rear diffuser as he turns into turn 4. You can see the Williams behind him. He definitely wants to keep that Williams back there. He does not want to have to deal with Colm anymore this race. We'll look back toward the front. There's a big battle going on here in the front 5. Front 6, really, you've got cars line astern ready to pass one another, with Ginge right behind the leading Ferrari of Rapid Morris. And there goes the other Ferrari, Drago, into the pit lane. Ginge not able to really get close enough to set Morris up for turn 4. Morris doing just enough out of second sector.
That's a harsh penalty for the sales rep, but obviously he has ran right a couple of times to invoke that. Just not managing to get close enough to Connor at this rate. He seems to have some pace, but then through this first sector, Connor seems to be lightning. Interesting stuff. Let's see what Daz is up to as he's starting to close in. Chewbacca's past Colm. Yeah,
Colm looped it.
Good.
Yeah. Colm's looped it on the exit of 4. He didn't even loop that on the exit. That looks like he's lost it mid-apex.
Yeah, it looks like it's just figures with the heart. So once you put that, once you get the balance off, the car just jumps. It's not good for them.
Now we got Daz on what we suspect are older mediums against Drago on a brand new set of mediums. Drago fresh out of the pit lane.
Yeah,
right
if
in
you
front
look
of
at
Daz. Looks like he'll be a sitting duck down the straightaway.
The outer wall on those mediums, the flick between the two, the shine on those mediums of Daz's car, it's just gone. So I would say they are aged. I wonder if he's had a squib set. I think he started on them, so it may have shot in the same set back on.
It is possible.
Yeah, well, I did.
We'll look back up front.
So
Ginge is right there on the gearbox of Morris.
Yeah, I think what happened is he pit from the mediums lap 5 when the safety car came out, put softs on, and obviously the AI boxed him for mediums and put his old mediums back on. So maybe it is suggesting that he has done 8 laps total of the Grand Prix.
Ginge's car getting a little rear end happy as he puts the loud pedal down out of the slowest corner of the right-hander at the top of the hill for the racetrack. He's going to lose quite, he loses about half a second to Morris right there. Morris's car just looks very good through the end of Sector 2 and very fast down the straights through Sector 3 into Sector 1.
Well, here comes Ginge. Oh, there's a lock-up from Jordan. That's not going to help you.
Yeah, Jordan looked like he had the right front tire out in the grass just a bit.
This might help.
Ginge is going to get him this time. Very respectful. Both drivers leaving plenty of room.
Yeah, the good stuff from the guys. Ginge got it done well before the braking zone, and he takes the lead of this Grand Prix.
And now can Ginge drive away?
That's it. I mean, Morris, if he's happy with P2, he can just sit and focus and just follow Ginge as much as he can. There's near 6 seconds gaining to P3 of Rapid Connor, having a fantastic Grand Prix as well.
We got the Red Bull and the Ferrari fighting on the exit of turn 5. Both Ferraris look very strong down the straightaway. The Red Bull just not able to get close enough as they went into 4 to really get it. Just kind of stuck his nose in there a little bit to let the Ferrari know that he was there and looking to get through, but the Ferrari able to get through 4 and through 5 quick enough to keep the Red Bull behind. Lap 20 of 36 completed. We have 12 cars still on the racing surface. We've so far lost Jack, Causer, Twisted, Bannon, and F1 Ryan. 12 cars still out there running. We'll run through the order as they stand. With about 16 to go. So P1, you currently have Ginge, biggest mover of the race. If I'm not mistaken, he's up like 16 positions right now. Let me double check. 15 positions is Ginge up on where he started. And then you have Rapid Morris behind him in P2. Rapid Connors moved himself up into P3. Sales Rep, otherwise known as Key Worker, has changed his gamer tag. He is in 4th place. And you got Kitch, driver who started in 14th, currently running in 5th, trying to take those hards all the way to the end. But now I'm seeing him on a set of mediums. Let's double check, see what tire he's actually on. He is on a set of mediums. So he's looking to take those to the... Yeah, no, he ain't taking them to the end. He's already got 14 laps on him. I don't see that happening. So Kitch probably going to have to pit again. That's going to lose me 1,200 channel points. Appreciate it, bud. Rapid Welsh in 6th. And Colm has retired. Colm, has he retired in the pit lane? Or did he just retire that car on track? No, he didn't retire on track. Anyway, you got, Ginge is pitted. So now Drago and Hendo fight into turn 1 with Daz right there with them as well in 9th. Rounding out the points paying positions is Mr. Neon, and then you got Chewbacca in 11th. And Ginge has just come out of the pit lane just in front of these guys. As Hendo takes a look down the inside of Drago, he wants that 7th place back. Little bit of contact. Oh, and Daz forcing his way through as well on the Ferrari. So Daz moves himself up past Drago. Oh, as Hendo makes a little bit of a mistake, Daz almost runs into the back of him. Got this squadron of 4 cars trying to run this racetrack side by side, and then you got Daz making the pass around the inside on Hendo, and then you got the Ferrari looking to go around the outside of Hendo. They're both going to get it done. What a move by Drago, really trusting the car to hang out there and not lose grip. And then here comes Mr. Neon. Mr. Neon's going to try and get by him as well on driver's left. He's going to get the job done as they come onto the front straightaway. All these guys are going to get DRS except for Daz. Daz gets no assistance at all, which is going to bring Drago back into the fight as they go down to turn 4. Drago, he's activated his DRS. He's got the overtake on. He's just shut it off. He's not going to get close enough to Daz, but I do think he has the pace to hang right there with him. Oh, did you leave? You just missed a great bit of action that last lap.
In between?
All 4 of the drivers between P7 and 10.
I'm on board with Daz now, so I would have seen it. But...
Yeah, Hendo passed Drago into turn 1. Drago then went back, Drago passed Hendo into 1. Hendo then went back at him into 4. Daz followed him through and then got Hendo at the top of the racetrack, a slow right-hander, and then Neon got Hendo back. Drago got Hendo back around the outside of the downhill left-hander into Sector 3. So that was a great bit of fight that I just witnessed. Awesome. Here comes Drago. He's looking at him again. He's right there with him. We'll stick with this battle. It's up toward the front, and nobody's really moving around. Sales Rep picks up another time penalty as I'm about to call out his name to say he is struggling to try and get past Rapid Connor. Here goes Drago. He's just putting himself to the left a little bit, put himself in the mirrors of the Red Bull. Remind the Red Bull driver that he's still there and he's not going anywhere.
Absolutely. I'm really expecting Ginge to absolutely fly through this front 5. I think it might be him who manages to secure the win for this.
And Mr. Neon, look at him. He's still right here with Drago and Daz, not letting him get away. What a drive for Mr. Neon in the Alpine.
Yeah, drive of the day, definitely. So far.
Yeah, I'd have to give it to him.
Yeah, he's invoked the penalty, but the way he's driven, not being a regular, he might be a reserve for the division. He's not a regular driver in this division. Not too many regularly battles with these guys. He's absolutely holding his own against a very, very tough roster.
Yep, sales rep pits. That's going to bring him back out in P10 behind this battle for 6th place. And Daz still not able to be within reach of Drago. Drago just not able to get close enough as they get to turn 4. But Kitch is now sitting up in the points-paying positions. Can Kitch take those old mediums the rest of the way to get a podium? Win me some channel points.
That'll be 30 laps old. It's a big ask. I mean, knowing a guy of Kitch's caliber and pace is Morris Pitt, Kitch could probably put the softs on and absolutely wipe out everyone there. Welsh also boxes as well. So this is going to pressure Connor and Kitch in a Mercedes 1-2. Do they want to change? Because they know they're going to have 3 guys on the softs. And obviously Rapid as let's not rule this guy out from catching these 2 in front.
And both Mercedes on very old tires. You can see I've just pulled up the graphic. Rapid Connor on 18-lap old mediums and his teammate Kitch just behind him on 19-lap old mediums. So both these drivers really eking the most out of that tire as they possibly can. Can they do another 11 laps on them to take them all the way to the end? It is possible, but there's also the risk of running a puncture on the last few laps. So, to me, to be honest, if I was in Kitch's position, I would try and stay out. I'd try and make him go to the end.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got the pace and he can balance
this time. Drago definitely within striking distance this time. He's only 5/10 behind him as they come onto the front straightaway.
I think it's going to have to be the next. I think it's have to be on the next DRS zone. I don't think he's going to get him here. If he gets a good run in through turns 1 and 2, 3 down the centre S.
Well, Drago has to do something fast because his teammate's on fresh softs and he's gunning behind him.
Send the battery if you can, brother. I know you haven't got much left, but you're going to have to try and do what you can. Now charge through this middle sector, get nice and close on that left-hand exit down it up the hill. And really, really push.
His teammate's coming up behind him. That's going to put him under pressure to either get past Drago or get out of the way. One of the two is, yeah, Morris is already there. He's on the gearbox of his teammate now.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful. They're going to
Morris is there. He's on the better tire. He could win this race. He's just got to get past him.
Leon's been brought back in as well. You're going to go three wide here. Here he comes Drago. Is Morris going to get him as well?
Ferraris get him down the straightaway. Beautiful move. And now Drago needs to let his teammate go. Drago needs to let Morris go through and hold up Daz as
Morris
they
already took up the line
perfectly.
Yeah, and now it's Daz. Here comes Daz. Yeah,
not close
enough. It wasn't going to go. Nah. Oh, but Drago's left the door open.
Drago's doing it on purpose. He's making it to where they're going to have to go really slow through the next. Oh, and he throws it away. He could have stayed so much
He just dropped out of it. He should have just left the door shut and held him up, allowing Morris just to creep away. But Daz is not in DRS. That's going to help Jordan anyway. It's going to help release that pressure behind him and help him push these leading few.
Yeah, Jordan's on those fresh softs, so he can really put the loud pedal down and not have to worry about it as much as these other guys.
The car is going to go where it's pointed to. It should just stick.
Especially Daz. Daz is on 17-lap old tires. I've just now noticed.
Yeah, he's going to have to take them all the way.
And he's going to be under pressure from Drago. Here comes Drago. He's looking down the left side. He decides to back out or wait till turn 4.
I normally prefer to take the second DRS as the preferred overtaking choice. You can just really get on the power around that long left hander and just go for it. He's having a look early. He's pulled out with a toe pretty early, which has compromised his entry. Really got to tuck tight as long as you can.
Yeah, I would say a tactic that I like to use here is if you want to set up a pass for turn 4, try to get to the inside of the driver in front of you at 1 and make it to where you're both really slow through 1 and 2, and then you get the run out of 3. You're much closer to the driver in front of you than what you would be just sitting behind them. You're able to get that pass done well before the braking zone. Daz now looks like he's starting to struggle just a little bit with those much older tires. Kitch and Rapid Connor both under threat from Rapid Morris behind, as Morris is just taking time out of them at a rate of knots.
Yeah. And going back to this battle, Dragbo really needs to clear Daz, otherwise it's going to be impacting those tyres at a faster rate than usual. But at the same time, we have the Alpha Tauri of Sales Rep. He's starting to close in, but he's got no battery. Neon sat there with 37%. He's sitting pretty with a decent amount of battery to defend if he needs to towards the last stage of this Grand Prix. Just 7 laps to go. 7 circles of Interlagos left.
Yeah, Sales Rep in the Alpha Tauri now all over the back of Neon as Neon struggles on those older mediums. He's got the Alpha Tauri right behind him on a fresh set of softs, only a few laps old now. Looks like Sales Rep should be able to get this one done as they go down the front straightaway and then try to get off after Drago and Daz. Drago only 4.5 tenths behind Daz. Is he close enough to make a move this time?
Not quite, but he's going to get it if he can get through this area. No, it's going to be a penalty. Yep, that's a penalty. Just knew it was going to happen. You can just tell by his entry, he got it all squiffed up. Here comes the Alpha Tauri though, going round the right hand side, up the outside. Comfortably done though, great driving from Leon, not to come back over too early. He knew he was going to have to yield that. Obviously with the other driver big on the fresh softs. Good common sense applied by the drivers tonight, it would seem.
Yeah, look back up toward the front though. The battle for 3P is heating up now because you have Kitch MP3. He's only 8 tenths of a second in front of Jordan Morris. Jordan has made up 4 seconds on Kitch in the past 2.5 laps. So Morris is absolutely flying. He's going to get Daz done probably before they even make it to turn 1. Daz probably not going to fight this one too hard, but if Daz wants the podium, he needs to make up 2.5 seconds on his teammate and get up there and get him.
Yeah, definitely. Morris clearing the Mercedes is going to have to run. He's going to have to run. I don't think there's going to be enough for him to catch Ginge, but P2 is definitely something that's going to be on the cards here.
Didn't he podium last week in Portugal too?
Yeah.
He podiumed last week in Portugal, Mexico. He'll be on a string of 3 right here.
I won last week.
Oh, was it in Div 1?
Div 2?
Ah, very nice.
Well, Portugal's on a track I can fucking drive without fucking spinning, crashing, or wiping my ass on the tarmac.
But we'll look back as Morris tries to catch up. Drago and Daz now under fire from Sales Rep in the Alpha Tauri. He's crept up to the back of these two, and he is all over them with fresh softs ready to go and take them out.
Yeah, Morris now all over the back of this Mercedes. Here we go, we're going to see an overtake. I've got a helicopter view down the second DRS. Connor moves straight to the inside to defend and get out of that tow. But he's going to be no match. But they go down. Connor just tucks in just into the braking zone. Nice. But I think 6 seconds in 4 laps is just going to be too much of an ask for the American. However, though, triple podiums in 3 races, that is a fantastic set of races for him. He had
meanwhile, while you're going on with that, there's a huge battle going on here. Daz just lost out to Drago, and then Sales Rep tried to follow him through, and there was almost contact. They went almost 3 wide into turn 1. You said you were watching a helicopter view. I had a helicopter view as well as they went into turn 1. I thought we were looking at the same battle. It turns out we were looking at 2 different ones.
Oh, yeah, but you had 3. I only had 1. I only had 2 cars. Yeah, I think even.
Look at Drago. Drago's pulled out on Daz.
He really has. 8/10. I wonder with a couple of defensive manoeuvres from Daz as well. They'll lose a little bit of time. Oh, he's going to hit him. Oh, that was close. Here he goes though. Again, looking at him on the old mediums. Is this going to allow Welsh to have a little look at Daz? Because he's not too far behind. Oh, he's going to hit Daz. He's going to hit Daz. Careful.
A little bit of contact on the side pods. Daz turns in just a hair.
Yeah, I think he turned in maybe just to help Keywork and yield. But Keywork, obviously, with the speed of the DRS, the speed of the softs, it's a bit of an asking him just to get that speed stopped. Oh, Daz gets a bit squiffy though, but Keywork does yield.
And Daz is on what, 20 lap old tires now?
Yeah, he's going to be really struggling on that. He's lost over it. He's out of DRS now. He's going to be just sitting
easy
duck.
move for sales rep this time around.
Yeah, the sister Honda powered car is going to be looking to prey on the primary team in this championship. Here he comes.
Oh, and Rapid Welsh is there now too.
Yeah,
Here comes Welsh. He's going to make it 3 wide.
That's outrageous. That's outrageous. He's still
Where did Welsh come from?
He was 1.8 seconds behind. I said he would have a look. He's absolutely sending it. Welsh with brilliant stuff from him. Absolutely great racing.
And he gives a look to the AlphaTauri as well.
He's
telling the AlphaTauri, I want through too, buddy.
Go get him, Tiger. Go get those. I think it's 8 points of P6, is it? I can't think it's 8 or 10, something like that. But yeah, definitely going to be looking.
And they're both closing up the Drago now. They're both going to get DRS this time around, thanks to Drago.
Yeah, and obviously these are on fresher softs.
Daz does just need to stick within 3 seconds of these guys, though, and he will pick up a position or 2, but now he's under threat from Neon as well, the Div 2 driver.
Neon's going to be all over. I'm going to watch this one. He's got plenty of sock as well. He's got about a third of a tank. Daz is boxed. I think Daz is going to take the fastest lap.
Something happened to Kitch. He's now right in front of the Ferrari. It's a 4-way battle now.
I think it's the fact of the tyre age. Look at his tyres. They're 29 laps old. He's going to get engulfed here by these 3 behind him. How defensive can he be? Those tyres are dead. Seriously dead.
Kitch a very good driver, though. He can place that car even on older tires. Watch as he puts it on every apex and parks it to make it to where these guys can't get a run on him.
Well, I think what he's going to hope is if he parks on the apex and sits there, these 3 will probably trip over each other, all trying to burst past each other for the chance of a P4. I mean, Welsh, 2 laps ago was P8, he could be looking at 4th. Any of these, this is a battle for 4 players that's going to go on. Ginge is our winner, Morris is our P2, and Connor's our podium finisher, which is fantastic for him.
Yeah, Connor really deserving of a podium with everything he's gone through this year, switching from controller to a racing wheel, trying to get used to that as it all went on. But here we go. They're going to go 3 wide down the front straightaway as Drago makes it through, and so does Sales Rep. He makes it through on Kitch as well. And now Kitch is going to be under fire from Rapid Welsh. And here comes Rapid Welsh. He goes drivers left. And Kitch and Welsh both having DRS are going to try and get past each other, and Kitch can't make it stick.
Yeah, he's lost all of them. Can Neon close up though? I don't think so. Daz penalty. Uh-oh. He's going for fastest lap.
And Daz is, he's way off. Yeah, he decided to box. If there were more laps in this race, Norris could get Ginge. Norris has been catching Ginge since he made it clear of all these drivers.
Yeah, he has. He's cleared him up. 2.2 seconds across 4 laps, but Ginge has won in Brazil. Morris with the back to back podium, and Connor coming across the line now. Look at all these fighting. Sales rep and Drago. Welsh just sitting behind. And here's the ring.
Oh, it's going to go to the line. It's going to go to the line. They're close, but no cigar.
Kitch gets P4. He gets it all back. Boss of the penalties.
Oh, and it just started raining.
It is. That's a 108.7 from Daz. So I will get these boys invited into the party with Connor, Morris and Ginge. 1, 2, 3.
We'll ride on board with the AlphaTauri as he makes his way to the finish line to be our final finisher just outside the points. 11th place finish for Chewbacca. But the big story of the day is going to be Ginge coming all the way from the back to win the race with Rapid Morris bringing it home in P2, making it 3 podiums in a row.
Woo! Yep. It's the interviews now. I will look FIFA. I will give me a cactus to run this.
As we get all the drivers to join the party so we can do our post-race podium interviews, it is Ginge starting from 16th and bringing it home P1 in the Haas. Great showing from Ginge today at Interlagos. And then you got Rapid Morris, the American, bringing it home for his 3rd podium in a row. And Rapid Connor scores his 1st podium of the season. Great drive by him as he's been struggling to switch from controller to the racing wheel and get that all figured out. He's finally got it figured out, and he beat his well-seasoned teammate on the same strategy to P3. Kitch brings it home in P4 just outside the podium. Pisses me off because that's going to cost me a bunch of channel points, you bastard. Rapid El Drago brings it home in 5th. Welsh 6th. Mr. Neon with a great showing for his time here with the Div 1 boys brings it home in Alpine in 7th. And Avon Sales Rep, I hate your gamer tag, brings it home in 8th. RRT Rapid Daz with that unfortunate contact earlier on with FFG Colm. FFG Colm really kind of driver standards will be looked at from all of the contact we saw earlier on. RRT Daz brings it home in 9th, just outside the points, or excuse me, inside the points, but he steals the fastest lap point. Rapid Hendo brings it home, rounding out our final points paying position in 10th. Our driver that did not score in this race but did finish on track, Chewbacca in the AlphaTauri, and then FFG Colm, Rapid Jack, Causer, Twisted, Bannon, F1 Ryan, all retirements. So unfortunate to see that, but we do have the drivers in the comms box with us. Let's see, we don't have Ginge. Let me see if I can just send him another invite real quick to see if he will come join us. But while we wait on him, we'll go ahead and ask Connor to include his audio so we can give Connor the podium interview that he so well deserves after the amazing performance you showed today. Boxing early and jumping on those sets of mediums. You were on those tires for what, 28, 29 laps if I'm not mistaken?
It was like 30 laps. I think it was like 6, wasn't it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. You boxed, yeah.
I had 89% in the front right by the end of the race.
Oh, so you were right up against a puncture.
Yeah, I was kind of counting, like waiting for it. But yeah.
But mate, how does that feel that you were able to come home in P3 in front of your well-seasoned teammate who couldn't pull off the same strategy and make it work?
Good and bad. Good that I've got my first podium, but bad that he's not up there in front of me on it with me, you know? he's definitely been a massive help for me for improving. And yeah, just kind of came out of nowhere. I was going to start on the mediums like I most often do, but figured definitely going to be a safety car, take the mediums to the end to see how it goes and pull it off. So, please.
Congratulations, you had a great drive today. You're a well-deserved podium, in my opinion. You've been, working hard at it all season long to try and figure out how the wheel correlates to you and the car, and it looks like you've finally gotten it all together, so congratulations.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
So we'll move on to the American. Mr. Rapid Morris brings it home in the Ferrari in second place. Started second, didn't get the greatest start as we thought he might, and ended up in fourth on lap one. Was able to battle his way back through the traffic to bring it home in P2. Jordan, talk us through that race, mate. Looked like you had a lot on your plate to deal with.
First off, pretty disappointed. I extended my strategy by 2 laps, and that's what cost me from being able to battle on track on the second stint with Ginge. Trying to extend the tires ended up costing me in the end. I think I finished like 4.7 behind him. So, to be honest, I'm happy to be on the podium, but very, very disappointed because I threw away a win, in my opinion.
Looked like Ginge really just had the pace over everybody else today. So if I were you, I'd be very happy with bringing it home in P2, seeing as how you were caught up in all the kerfuffle that was happening in the front 5 for those first 6 laps.
Hey, in the wise words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last, bub.
Well, as the American says, the most American thing fucking possible. We'll move on to our winner of the race.
Hey, congrats to Ginge, though. Congrats to Ginge.
Yeah,
I don't want to take nothing away from his drive at all. He definitely earned the win. I will say that.
Yeah, Ginge brings it home. P1 to stand on the top step of the podium, all the way from 16th place on the grid, and he does it in a car that we don't expect to be up there ever at all in its lifetime. He does it in the Haas. Ginge, walk us through what had to be an amazing race from your perspective to weave your way through all the traffic, through the accidents, through all the contact, to be able to pit and then come out and race your way back to the front and secure this win.
Well, I always knew medium to soft was always going to be the best strategy around here. So, yeah, I just tried to extend the mediums for as long as I could so I could go in the softs. Had a few little bumps going through all the traffic, but I think it was a pretty neat and tidy race. Obviously disappointing qualifying, but won the race, so.
You were able to overcome qualifying quite easily, in my opinion, it would seem. We were following along with you on your lap in quali when you had that problem and wrecked out. So it was unfortunate that you had to start as far back as you did, really compromising yourself, but you brought home the best possible finish. So, I mean, you can't really complain.
No, well, as Morris said, it would have been a much closer fight if he done the same strategy, but it was a good fight until then anyway.
Well, right on. We congratulate you on your win. Next week, we go on to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks like Red Bull did not extend their lead very much, with one car not finishing at all and the other car finishing just inside the points. That should make the gap to Alfa Romeo now about 40 points, if I'm not mistaken. So Alfa Romeo and Red Bull still both in the fight for the Constructors' Championship. Unfortunately, Kitch was not able to podium, so that means that I've lost out on channel points. But Kitch does bring it home in 4th, which is moving him closer to securing his P2 in the World Drivers' Championship. But on a sad note, he's going to steal that from Sir Kimi Räikkönen, who is unable to attend for the rest of the season, who put on a absolutely amazing performance for the entire time he was here during the season. So it's unfortunate that he's not able to be here to hold on to his P2 in the World Drivers' Championship. But it's still all to fight for in the midfield. We'll have to wait and see for the likes of McLaren as well as for AlphaTauri, a huge fight going on there with Mercedes and Ferrari. Don't hold my breath that McLaren's going to do it. Yeah, as long as you're driving for him, I'm not. Thank fuck for Rapid Welsh. Anyway, we'll go ahead and see ourselves out. Next week, we will be at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in Jeddah at the new street circuit that was just laid last year. This will be one of the first races that we've ever done for RRT, or the Rapid Racing League, at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So everybody be sure to tune in, because I tell you, it will be a banger. The walls are close. It's the fastest track on the entire calendar, in my opinion. Average lap speed of 155 mile an hour. We'll see some amazing racing there next week. I am sure of it. Be sure to tune in every night that you're available for more Rapid Racing.